This is the TNA Wrestling June 13, 2024 full show results video, and the show started with a match between Mike Santana vs Zachary Wins, and the result of this match was Mike Santana defeated Zachary Wins by pinfall with Spin the Block. TNA X Division champion Mustafa Ali took part in a sit-down interview with Tom Hannafan earlier in the day, and Ali says he wants to make the X Division great again. Hannafan questions Ali about his cheating in multiple matches, and Ali tries to downplay it and talk about his undefeated streak and says he wasn't pinned last week in that tag match, so it doesn't count. When Hannafan implies that Ali is ducking Speedball Mike Bailey, Campaign Singh interrupts the interview, and things come to an abrupt end. The next match happened between Marty Bell vs Masha Slamovich, and the result of this match was Marty Bell defeated Masha Slamovich by pinfall when Allysin Kay distracted Masha Slamovich. Zaya Brookside and Steph DeLander are backstage, and DeLander says she hasn't spoken to PCO yet and says she'll tell him how she feels tomorrow at Against All Odds. AJ Francis and Rich Swann walk by, and Francis steals the rose from DeLander, and then we see PCO emerge out of the shadows and follow Francis and Swann. AJ Francis and Rich Swann come out on the stage for an interview with Gia Miller, and Francis responds to Swann helping him win the Digital Media Championship last week by stating that friends are supposed to have your back. Francis claims the rose is from a fellow admirer backstage, and the lights go out and come back on, and PCO is standing behind Francis and Swann. PCO attacks both men, and they are eventually separated by security, and PCO retrieves the rose to return to DeLander. Then we saw a match between Danny Luna vs Tasha Steelz, and the result of this match was Danny Luna defeated Tasha Steelz by pinfall. Joe Hendry is backstage and says he knows if he intends to break through the glass ceiling, he needs to find someone to help him become the best in the world. Hendry brings in Ace Steel, who says he believes in Joe Hendry and will help make him a top guy in the industry. Frankie Kazarian comes in and mocks them both, and Ace suggests Kazarian face Hendry at Against All Odds, and Kazarian agrees. The System arrives at the Hardy compound and believes it is safer to enter from the back instead of through the front gates. Matt Hardy greets them and says he doesn't know why they would come through the back, as they would still be detected. Hardy says he wants to introduce them to his family, but Moose says he doesn't care about any of them. The System walks forward and sets up a trap of fireworks and explosives, and Brian Myers goes into some kind of weird trance over a Matt Hardy action figure. Myers somehow arrives at Hardy's arcade and gym and chases Maxell out of the room. Eddie Edwards is outside and turns into a werewolf and howls at the moon, and Alicia Edwards is inside and encounters Rebecca and the Gothic Baby. Alicia says she just wants to find the System and get out of there, but Gothic Baby shoots black shreds of paper on her instead. Moose is outside looking for Matt, and one of Hardy's kids says he'll lead him to him but disappears. Moose finds Matt's childhood home, and Hardy attacks Moose and throws him in the chair of wheels. Outside, Rebby has Alicia trapped in a guillotine and seemingly chops her head off, and Matt throws Moose into the lake of reincarnation, and Moose comes out of it as an NFL player. Vanguard 1 distracts Moose and hits him with a twist of fate before all of the System is transported outside the gates. Moose says he's going to kill Matt Hardy tomorrow at Against All Odds, and Myers goes into Hardy's ring and gets speared by an edge skeleton before being dived on by Maxell off the ladder. The next match happened between Ash by Elegance vs Jada Stone, and the result of this match was Ash by Elegance defeated Jada Stone by pinfall with the rarefied air. We hear from Jonathan Gresham, who says Sami Callihan makes him laugh as he's already beaten him once and doesn't understand why he'd step into the ring with him again, and Gresham says tomorrow it's him against Callahan's immune system. Jordynne Grace makes it clear to everyone that her open challenge tomorrow at Against All Odds is for anyone from any company. Grace mentions just about every company with the exception of All Elite Wrestling. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth vs ABC, and the result of this match was Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth defeated ABC by pinfall when Nick Nemeth hit Chris Bay with Danger Zone. The Nemeth brothers celebrate as TNA Impact goes off the air.